Now, Samson, thank you very much once more for this opportunity. Let me say that in dealing with matters like this, my preliminary comment will be that you need to situate whatever somebody says within a certain context and content. I'm talking about context because if you don't situate it within that context, your comment about the person may be over the bar. Now, what was the occasion that the honorable member made this statement?
The yentua demonstration.
That was the situation. And the yentua demonstration, we were told, was organized by members of his party and other people.
That's right.
To register their displeasure. So what provoked him into veering into judicial matters with respect to this? What was the link between yentua demonstration and talking about judges or courts? There seemed to me not to be any connection at all whatsoever between what he was doing at the time and the comments he made subsequently. That's my problem.
Does that matter?
But that does not matter. I would soon establish why I'm making the statement. You see, Samson, one thing that as Ghanaians, when we immediately misuse it or take it to the cleaners, will dampen all our aspirations as a democratic nation, is the issue of attacking the judiciary. After all, at the end of everything, that is where you go to vindicate your rights. So if you are placed in a privileged position as a person, a lawyer especially, and you make comments that have the tendency of inciting the public against justices, or that has a tendency of undermining the administration of justice.
The judiciary is a third arm of government.
Absolutely.
Which arm of government is beyond criticism?
It is never, ever beyond criticism. But I'm saying situated within a context that everybody listening to you, or the majority of people listening to you, objectively will come to a certain level of conclusion. When you start talking about, this is our business as lawyers. What is our first cardinal principle? That anything we say ought to be supported by what? Evidence. That is the business of lawyers. You see, if you make an omnibus statement, then it may catch up with everybody else. Because what he has said virtually has roped in everybody until we get specifics from him. What he meant by that and who are political judges. And saying that, and what is even surprising, Samson, is that I know Sosu by our standard now is a senior lawyer.
Yeah,
it's more than 10 years at the
Yes,
bar.
he is.
And so if he's making certain utterances, he ought to give pieces of evidence to substantiate what he says. Then, at a point, Judge A, Judge B, Judge C, or D, by their conduct, have put themselves in a certain state or light that when there is a change of government, their tenure of office will be... And that is even more problematic. That bit of it is more problematic because, you see, when there's a change of government, the new government cannot come and say that Justice A or Justice B, leave because you are a political judge. It cannot happen.
He's clearly aware of that.
But then he makes this statement. That's a political statement he made. Because, you see, there is a procedure for removal of justices. And if you trigger it, you must go through the constitutional procedures to come to that conclusion. And then if it is about a justice of the Superior Court of Judicature, the complaint, then
is a procedure that you use to remove Electoral Commission chairpersons, right? Commissioners.
Yes.
And some say that once the NPP was not happy with Charlotte Osei, they removed her. So if he says whatever, I'm just thinking.
Samson, if NPP, for me, I don't think the NPP was not happy with her and removed her. It was the processes constitutionally mandated that were followed through to get her removed from office. There was a complaint. There was a referral to the CJ, and the CJ made a prima facie determination. It went back there, and then a committee was constituted of eminent justices of the Supreme Court and others. And then they, after evidence, they arrived at a decision that indeed her conduct breached our constitution, and therefore she was removed from office.